All right. So, what I want to talk about in this video is caffeine, believe it or not. So, I've got my quitting caffeine video, quitting coffee video, and to be honest, I still agree with most of the stuff that I said in that video, although I've really been experimenting with this, and I really think it's good. I've gotten over the whole idea of I'm this and I'm that, and I'm really against all of the labels that people have. Like, if you're a carnivore, if you're a vegan, if you're caffeine free, fuck all that shit, right? Live your life, experiment, do whatever you want, right? So, I decided to quit coffee, and the reason why I did that, now I'll get into the backstory on that a little bit, but basically, I've never really had like a major addiction. I've usually been like pretty good. Like, I get addicted to shit, but I usually don't get like absolutely insane where it's just like running my life. But I usually like get basically addicted to everything. But with coffee, the interesting thing was I would drink it every day. I would drink about a cup. So at my worst, I probably had like 2 cups a day, which isn't really that much. But then like on average, I was having like a cup every single day. I drink it when I wake up. And the biggest issue, so I've been experimenting with this. I've been having it about once a week or so, plus or minus a few days. And I've been trying to track how it makes me feel and how I can use it to boost my productivity. I mean, I see a lot of people talking about the benefits, and maybe I could try yerba mate. I don't know if there's any way. I'll get into that a little bit, but yerba mate may be more of a sustainable caffeine source because give me a sec. Oh, sorry about that. Yerba mate may be more of a sustainable caffeine source because just it has like more of a calming effect throughout the day, and coffee can sometimes be a little bit like kind of blast you off. But the interesting thing, so what I've been doing, I've been experimenting about once a week. I've been getting coffee. Now, I don't have any at my house because I don't want to be, succumb to just like drinking it every single day. But what I've been trying to do is I've been trying to take note of like how much I'm having, and I've been also trying to take note of how it makes me feel, what particular type of work I'm most able to do, and in which situations do I feel like good, do I feel bad, do I feel anxiety, do I feel focused. So what I've been doing is I've been going to Starbucks, getting a black, it's called Pike's Place. So I get the medium roast Pike's Place tall, it's a 12-ounce cup. I think it's about 200 milligrams, and I don't have any caffeine in my entire house, like I was saying. So I have to go there if I want to get it, which helps also with not just doing it all the time. It's half a mile down the street, so like obviously I could just go there in like 5 minutes, but I usually won't. So I go there. It's like two something. It's like almost, it's like $3. So which is kind of a lot, but I get the coffee, about 200 milligrams, drink it, preferably as early as possible. 11 o'clock in the morning is at 12 o'clock, 12 p.m. In my opinion, it's too late. Like I had it at the last time I had it actually was really interesting. So I had it at 7 o'clock. I had it at 7 o'clock in the morning, and that was really good. Even then, I still had some difficulty sleeping. So I think I'm gonna have to knock it down to a smaller cup, or find some way to have less, because I think the 200 milligrams, since my body's not used to it, it's like literally still in my system by the time it's time to go to sleep, and like I can't really sleep that well. And then so the next day, which is today actually, yeah. So I had some yesterday. Today, I had a difficult time waking up, and like I went to sleep all right, but I was like kind of groggy throughout the earlier parts of the day, like in the earlier parts in the morning before I woke up. But anyway, let's get into how it actually affects my work, because I think this is really important, especially if you want to be a high performer, if you want to achieve goals, if you have like things that you really want to do, if you want to align your life with like your purpose, live with intention, blah blah, all that stuff. it's really good to understand like how certain things, like, don't just drink coffee because you want to, because you have to, because you're addicted, right? Drink it because you know exactly what it's going to do and how exactly it's going to benefit you. So that's what I think, and that's why I'm doing these experiments. So I've been drinking it, and I found the best way to actually drink it is to, when I'm working on something. So this is the interesting thing. I feel like it's different depending on different situations. So if I'm working on something, like if I'm strictly working on like creating YouTube scripts, and that's what I did. I just recorded 3 videos, and the scripts were all really, really good actually. And I wrote those all within like 3 or 4 hours, which still takes me a while, but whatever. We'll work on it. But I actually noticed that I wrote them and I got really into it, and it worked really well. But doing other types of work, so when I have to move around a lot, when I have to use my body and like lift things up, I also actually fasted for like 24 hours. Well, I waited 24 hours from when I finished eating to when I ate again yesterday. So it wasn't technically a 24-hour fast. It was like a 12-hour, 16-hour fast. But I did that also. And so I noticed that I actually, like for the whole, I didn't even feel hungry to be honest with you. But for the whole day I was really good until I started like really moving around. So I went over to a rental warehouse down the street, and I went over there and I actually was moving around a lot because it's like, it's a lot of space, right? And I started to feel like kind of like lightheaded, and like my brain was kind of like foggy when it came to that stuff. But with the work where I was sitting down, when I was writing the scripts, when I was doing different things, so I actually came home afterwards, and I was getting files together for like a freelancer. I was looking over proposals. So like I go and like, put jobs up on Upwork. And so we have different proposals for like a few different graphic designers that we're trying to get. And so I was looking through, there's like, 40 of them all together. So I would look through all of them, and I just was like ready to go. I was just like, next. Fucking ate, did that, took my ice bath, did more shit. Like I was just like ready to go for the whole day. And it was super awesome. And I've really been feeling like that. As long as I have work where for me personally, if I have to talk to anyone, if I have to go anywhere, do anything really, even like cleaning the house, my brain can get a little frazzled. And it's kind of annoying because I feel like I have like, I would call it like hyper focus. So I have all this energy. Now I've had this thought too, and maybe, you guys maybe you think it's weird, but I don't know. We'll see. I had this thought actually, like a month or two ago. And it's interesting because like in your body you have energy, right? So when you drink coffee, there's energy flowing around through your brain, through your body, right? And depending on where you decide to direct that energy will decide what exactly you do. So for instance, you could direct that energy towards like cleaning your house. You could direct that energy towards doing deep work. You could direct that energy sexually. You could direct that energy as anger. So the real important thing I think about when you're drinking coffee or caffeine or anything like that is to make sure you know exactly how you're going to direct your energy. Because for me, when I direct my energy, folks, sometimes I gotta sit down and breathe, like really make sure my brain, because like my brain will literally go into overdrive sometimes. Like I'll start thinking about something like a keyboard shortcut on my computer, and my brain will literally like start processing like all the keyboard shortcuts, and like, oh my god, can I create a SOP for this, and like mark down all the, it's just like, what the fuck, dude, shut up, focus on this, right? And so when I really do intentionally focus specifically on whatever that thing is that I'm trying to do, that's when I have the best results. And you can do this, like, you don't have to be, high on caffeine or whatever to do this. You do it sober. I just feel like it's more difficult. It's a lot like meditating, to be honest with you. You just have to learn how to control the energy that's flowing around in your brain and really make sure that you are using it properly. But when I do it like that, it's been super nice. The only thing I don't like, honestly, is just like how long it lasts, because I'll be drinking, like I said, I drank the coffee at 7 o'clock, and up until like 11 p.m. I was still pretty amped up, and that includes like not really eating, and then like eating dinner, and that's really it. And so, am I gonna continue doing this in the future? Probably. I'd like to do more experiments. I'd like to experiment with, having less, maybe 50 or 100 milligrams of caffeine, because I feel like, and I was watching some Andrew Huberman videos where he talks about once you go beyond a certain threshold, it can actually have certain opposite effects on you. So I'm curious at like which level for my body like is the most optimal to help me like get the maximum benefits without having this like long drawn out experience for like fucking 16 hours. It's like it's a little ridiculous. And just see how it goes. So that's all I got for today. I'll catch you later. Do some experiments, see how it works. Just listen to your body. Like your body knows what it wants. And when you feel like shit, like I feel like shit. I feel I felt like shit when I was drinking coffee every single day, and I quit. I feel way better, and now I can strategically use it whenever I want to. And so, don't be afraid to do experiments with yourself. Catch you later.